Here we go, example number 4. It says a map of Alaska has a scale of 1 to 4,750,000. The distance on a map between Paxton and the Canadian border is 3 and 11/16 inches. What's the distance to the nearest mile? First thing we need to do is we need to understand that 1 inch to 4,750,000, that means for every 1 inch measured, not 1 inch, every 1 inch measured is actually equal to 4,750,000 inches. Okay? So if I measure 2 inches, it would be that doubled. But in this case, I've actually measured 3 and 11/16 inches. So the first thing I need to do is take that 3 and 11/16, okay, and make that into a decimal number. Okay? So I multiply multiply 11/16, or 11 divided by 16, and then times 3. So on your handy dandy calculator, you go 11 divided by 16, and then times 3. Not times 3, plus 3, because it's 3 inches. So that would be 3.6875. So that's how many inches were measured on that map. So here you can see, here's an example of using that 11/16, that really fine detail on the measurement scale for imperial rulers. So this person has measured 3 and 11/16 inches on that map, and every inch corresponds to an actual measurement of 4,750,000 inches. So to convert this actual 3 inches measured, I multiply that by that 4,750,000 inches to get an actual measurement of, so times 4,750,000. Can't see. 3.6875 times 4,750,123 is an actual measurement of 175,15625. 17,515,625 inches. Well, that's a bit of a useless measurement. Who wants to know how far it is from one place to another in inches? So now we need to take those inches and obviously convert those to miles. So I'll show you the beauty of using conversion factors. So first of all, I'll do this step by step. First, we need to convert those inches to feet. We then need to convert those feet to miles, because there's a conversion factor that relates both of those. And then I'll show you how we can do that all in one step. So I take that 17,515,625 inches, and I multiply that by my conversion factor between inches and feet. 1 foot equals 12 inches. I want to multiply so that my inches are on the same opposite parts of my fraction, so it's going to be 1 foot over 12 inches. So I essentially go 17,515,625 times 1, and then divide by 12. Inches will cancel, so I divide that by 12. Gives me 14,59635.417 feet. Now I need to take those feet, 14,59635.417 feet, and multiply that again by the conversion factor, knowing that 1 mile is 5280 feet. Is that what 52, I gotta look back on my chart just to make sure I don't get it wrong. 5280 feet, so it's gonna be 1 mile over 5280 feet. Feet will cancel, I'm left with miles, so I'm going to divide that by 5280. Gives me 276.44610. And just as a point here, because I probably haven't said it yet, for the purpose of this class, carry all your digits to the end, and then only round when told to do so, or if you're not told to do so, to 2 decimal places. So this would be to 0.45. Two-step question there. We have to convert the inches to feet and then the feet to miles. Here's the beauty of a conversion factor though, which I'll do in red. If I'm using proportions, I have to do I didn't use proportions here, but if I did use proportions, I would have one proportion that converted to feet and then another one that converted to miles, very similar to what I've done here. But what I'll do below in blue is I'll use conversion factors like I have done, but I'll do it all in one step. So I know I have to convert 17,515,625 inches to feet, and I know my conversion factor is 1 foot for every 12 inches. My inches cancel. So I think to myself, well, you know what? I'm left with feet. What's my conversion factor that relates feet and yards? Well, I multiply again by, not feet and yards, feet and miles. 1 mile is 5280 feet. Again, these feet will cancel, and I'm just left with miles. So now I can just simply multiply straight across the top, straight across the bottom, gives me my 17,515,625 over, well, what's 12 times 5280? 63,360, 63,360, and my units would be miles because that's all that's left over. Simply divide that, I get 276.45 miles. So I get to exactly the same place, okay? Using conversion factors in one step, which is, sometimes a little bit easier or better to do because it's one simple long conversion as opposed to a number of different steps. So there's example 4. Coming back to talk about the table of SI units, the Le Système International des Units. Can't speak French. Basically a fancy terminology for metric units. We'll talk about that reference or those reference real quick. Do a couple of conversions using the conversion factors that are noted on your page. And that will be the end of section 1.1 and 1.2.